There's no way you can watch these scenes without cracking up. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 funniest How I Met Your Mother moments. If you like what you're hearing, be sure to check out the full song at the link below.
We are the wild ones, in an envious flight. Out of the darkness we find light.
For this list, we're looking at some of the best moments on How I Met Your Mother that still make us laugh to this day. Number 10, In the season 5 episode Jenkins, Robin learns that Ted's students have made watching her morning news show into a drinking game.
I watch your show all the time.
Really?
Really? Totally. You doing out with Ted?
Specifically, they drink every time she says, before posing a question to one of her guests.
That's why they watch. They made a drinking game out of you. Every time you say they do a shot.
Yeah. I don't say I've never said
Well, then I guess it's not a very good drinking game.
Frustrated that they weren't watching the show because they actually liked it, and embarrassed for being so confident, she decides to take action into her own hands. Ted happens to be playing the game with his students when Robin goes off the rails, saying every chance she can get.
If there's any college kids watching,
We have to drink, Professor. It's the rules.
Number 9, the Doppelgangers. Have you ever wondered if there's someone out there in the world that looks exactly like you? Well, a running joke throughout the show is that each member of the gang has a doppelganger, and they're all in New York City.
Is it just me, or does that stripper look exactly like...
Ted, we found a stripper who looks exactly like Lily!
Ted mentions early in season 5 that they've already found several of these lookalikes, including lesbian Robin, stripper Lily, Mexican wrestler Ted, and mustache Marshall.
And Mexican wrestler me. Yes, mine was the coolest.
By the end of the season, though, as Lily and Marshall are debating whether or not they're ready for a baby, they decide to start trying when they find the last doppelganger, Barney's.
So when we finally see Barney's doppelganger, that's the universe telling us it's go time. And that's when we'll start trying. Deal?
Deal.
It's a sweet moment when Lily claims to have spotted him, only for the rest of the gang to realize she's just seeing what she wants to see.
Guys, look! The 5th doppelganger!
Lily.
That dude looks nuts.
Guys, go with it.
Kids, you can ask the universe for signs all you want.
It's uncanny.
Number 8, going to Philly. This is one of the earliest episodes of the show, but it sets up the characters' personalities perfectly. Barney drags Ted to JFK to pick up girls, and after meeting 2 women who were headed to Philadelphia, Barney persuades Ted to get on a plane and follow them there.
Follow them, tickets on me.
No. Barney!
Marshall's at home studying, and the guys tell him to hop in the Fiero and join them.
Hey, guess where I am? I'm on a plane to Ready, Philadelphia.
That is awesome.
Hey, is that Marshall? Marshall, stop whatever you're doing, get in that hoopty-ass Fiero of yours and come meet us in Philly.
The most hilarious part of the episode is when Marshall finally caves and jumps in the car, but Ted and Barney keep giving him mixed messages as to whether he should come or not, forcing him to do dangerous turns on the freeway.
Awesome! No, Marshall, we're going back.
Fine. Hold on, I have another call. Hello?
Marshall, we're going to Sasha's.
No, we're not.
Ted, right here. Yes, we are.
Sorry, buddy. 2 against 1.
Number 7, Marshall and Lily's wedding. This episode was a perfect mix of a hilarious and heartwarming. When Marshall and Lily finally tie the knot at the end of the 2nd season, the lead up to their wedding was a classic comedy of errors.
Can I ask you something? Where in the ceremony is the place where they ask if anyone objects?
Don't think they do that anymore.
Oh, so when do you think someone should do it? Just wait for a lull?
The most outlandish part comes when Marshall accidentally consents to getting cool guy tips from his hairdresser and ends up with a terrible dye job.
Ooh, I could give you some cool guy tips.
I don't think I need advice on how to be cool, but yeah, go ahead, lay 'em on me.
Naturally, in true How I Met Your Mother fashion, he responds to this by shaving a massive bald stripe into his head. The guys aren't able to think of any logical way to cover it up, cycling through many different options before remembering that hats exist.
Hat.
We thought of authentic Native American headdress before we thought of hat.
Number 6, all the interventions.
Thank you!
In a series of flashbacks in this season 4 episode, we see the gang's most famous tradition, holding lighthearted interventions for one another when they're doing something that the rest of the group wants them to stop.
Marshall, this is an intervention.
It's about the hat.
There's Marshall's ridiculous hat, there's Lily's fake British accent,
Cool, blimey. This is a nice bloody surprise. What's this about then?
there's Robin's spray tanning, Barney's pyrotechnic magic tricks, and then, of course, there's the intervention for all the interventions.
Because we agreed not to have any more stupid interventions at our intervention. We're having too many interventions.
Although the fun takes a serious turn when Ted learns that the group had planned an intervention about his relationship with Stella, the premise is still a classic.
Well, what was it for? The Crocs? The hair product?
Not Stella.
Number 5, the gang's bad habits. When Ted has a new girlfriend that the rest of the gang doesn't like, he begins pestering the group to tell him what's wrong with her.
Let's hear it. What's wrong with Kathy?
Are you kidding me? Ted, she's got a...
You don't notice it?
Notice what?
Oh, he doesn't see it.
This causes the group to talk about each of their own flaws, which, as you can imagine, doesn't go well. For Lily, it's chewing insanely loud.
Think about it.
For Marshall, it's making up ridiculous songs about every mundane thing he does.
Paying my bills using return address label from a charity that I haven't given money to.
For Ted, it's always correcting people when they misuse a word.
Oh my God, is Frankenstein gonna kill that little girl?
Dr. Frankenstein isn't in this scene. That's Frankenstein's monster.
For Robin, it's improperly using the word literally.
You mean figuratively!
No, I literally mean literally.
And for Barney, it's a number of things. One of which is, of course, Number 4, the pineapple incident.
This brain is unstoppable. This brain...
And that's all I remember.
After Ted has a lot too much to drink one night, he wakes up in bed with a strange woman, a sprained ankle, and a pineapple.
There's a girl in there.
I know. And a pineapple. I know.
Who is she?
I don't know.
We get to go along for the ride as he tries to piece together what happened to him the night before, and every step is more hilarious than the last. This episode shows off one of How I Met Your Mother's most famous tricks by playing with an achronological narrative, and it works flawlessly to illustrate the true mystery that is the pineapple incident. But after all the investigation, we still don't know where the pineapple came from, and we probably never will.
And now I'm really, really embarrassed.
Damn it, Trudy, what about the pineapple? Sorry.
Number 3, Robin Sparkles.
Sorry, I just don't like malls.
Why not?
I'd rather not say.
When Robin reveals that she doesn't ever want to go to a mall, her friends are desperate to find out the source of her trauma. They have a lot of theories involving mall marriages and porn, of course, but none of them could have possibly imagined just how incredible the truth could be.
Marshall, you know Marshall, he thinks that the reason you didn't want to go to the mall the other day is because you got married at a mall and have a husband in Canada.
Huh. The reality is that Robin was a minor Canadian teen pop star in the 90s, and her major breakout hit was a song called Let's Go to the Mall.
That's right. I know your secret, Robin. Or should I say, Robin Sparkles?
How do you know that name?
She went by the moniker Robin Sparkles, and the music video was everything they could have hoped it would be.
Everybody come and play. Throw every last care away. Let's go to the mall today.
Number 2, the slap bets. How I Met Your Mother is kind of known for its running gags, and there is perhaps no one better than the slap bet.
I've got it. The ultimate wager, slap bet.
It actually originated in the same episode as Robin Sparkles, when Barney and Marshall made a bet about who was right about Robin's past.
You can slap him.
What? Wait, you...
That's 3!
After a complicated series of events in which several unofficial slaps were doled out, Marshall is awarded 5 slaps that can be executed whenever he so chooses.
You just got slapped across the face, my friend. You just got slapped. Yes,
This leaves us with slaps looming over Barney for the rest of the series, a situation which only gets worse for him when Marshall gains 3 additional slaps many seasons later. Before we unveil our most hilarious #1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
She's never seen Star Wars? Ted, the only people in the universe who haven't seen Star Wars are the characters in Star Wars, and that's because they lived them, Ted. That's because they lived the Star Wars.
You gotta calm down.
Kids, we used to do something before concerts to enjoy them more, and that thing was to, eat a sandwich.
Nated steak subs. Oh yeah!
Maybe I should feel weird about giving a stranger my social security number, but the guy's a Nigerian prince.
Oh, honey.
Thanks to the generous endowment.
Whoa! Did somebody say generous endowment? I'm Marshall Erickson, but you can call me Hercules!
Sturgeon. I don't think so, pal. Salmon. Oh, I'm gonna say that again. Salmon. Who thought that was a good idea, right?
#1, Swarly.
Mine says Swarly.
It's tough to pick the funniest moment of this show, but if we were to poll fans, we have a feeling a lot of people would pick this one. Swarly has everything you could expect from How I Met Your Mother.
And this next one's going out to Swarly. All your friends know you miss Barney, but he's gone, and you gotta accept that, baby. And Swarly, you're gonna be a better woman for it.
A barista thinks Barney's name is Swarly, and the gang latches on to how much he hates it, turning it into a whole thing.
What's up, Swirls?
No, okay? No more. I will not let this become a thing. It's over. No more Swarly. No Swarls. No more Swarly. No more wait for it, Lee. No more Bob Swarlymon.
Marshall is starting to date a new girl, Chloe, who just so happens to be the barista. Lily is losing her mind about it and eventually stalks her down the street and makes her think she's being followed by a limping hunchback.
Wait, if you were the hunchback, then why did she think you were a guy?
I might have used a voice that sounded like this.
It all ends with Marshall and Lily getting back together, which turned our laughs into happy tears. Do you agree with our picks? Let us know in the comments. And hey, if you're a fan of the song playing right now, be sure to check out the music video for it right here.
Staring at the walls that push control